Hello and welcome to Cupcake Addiction's Buttercream Frosting Swirl tutorial. In this tutorial I'm showing you how to do the ice cream sundae style of buttercream swirl, nice and high. And while we're showing you the swirl, I thought it would be a good opportunity to add a few other decorations to make this lovely strawberry sundae. So let's get started. Tools and equipment that I will be using today. I have a Loyal standard piping bag. You can use any piping bag, disposable piping bags. My favourite are the Loyal number 3-40. I just like the size of them. I'm combining that with a Loyal number 13 open star nozzle or piping tube. Now I've pre-filled one of those with some of our pink buttercream frosting. If you do have any troubles getting a buttercream frosting consistency just right, we have a tutorial on the perfectly pipeable buttercream frosting, but you will see it's really a good consistency, quite thick, able to hold its own shape. Now I've just used a little bit of just generic pink food colouring for that one, but you can make that any colour you like. For decorations, I also have some hundreds and thousands. We're going to sprinkle on top. I have some glazed cherries. If you're not a fan of cherries, you can also use Jaffas or Maltesers. Generally Jaffas, something red does look quite good. And I have some of these wafer straws. If you can't find wafer straws, they are a bit seasonal, they tend to come out at Christmas. You can use just wafer biscuits. The triangle wafers are often quite nice looking, but really it's up to you, whatever you would team together with a sundae. As I mentioned, I've got my Loyal piping bag pre-filled with that pink frosting. Now with the piping bags, I always make sure that my frosting is right at the end before I start doing any piping, so you squeeze it down till it's just coming out the end to save you getting any air explosions as you make that swirl. To hold that bag, I'm going to give it a twist. You'll see that I'm holding it here with my thumb and forefinger, and then I'm going to apply pressure with my other hand. To do the swirl, a couple of things to remember with your swirl. You want to apply a consistent pressure to the bag as you're holding it. And if you want a high swirl, you really need to be, as you swirl, lifting the bag up, not pushing it back down into the icing. So it sounds like a few things to remember, but we're going to be swirling and lifting until we get the desired height. Let's start. I'm going to start in the middle, just making sure that that attaches nicely to the cupcake. Then, as you can see, I'm going to swirl around. You can see that I'm not pushing into the icing. I'm going to lift it a little bit more for that next swirl. And lift it just a little bit more. Taper off for that perfect high finish. Alright, do another one. See that again? So we start in the centre and just kick out to the side. Swirl, and as we swirl we lift. Taper out to that lovely point again. There's two. One more time. We're going to start in the middle, swirl, lift, and then just pull it off. Now with those ones, while the icing's still quite wet, you want to hurriedly add on your hundreds and thousands. So just a pinch of those. They can be a bit messy. I like to do it over the bowl just so that we can avoid them going everywhere. Just grab a few in your fingers and sprinkle them on. Do be careful. You can see there my swirl sort of is moving a little bit, so do just be careful that you don't drop it off the side of the cupcake by, I suppose, moving it too quickly. Third one here, or tilting it too much. Alright, so there's our three, covered in their hundreds and thousands. We're going to take a glazed cherry and just pop that on top. If you're not happy with your swirl at all, if it seems a little bit uneven, a little bit lopsided, the glazed cherry placing is a good time just to move that top icing around a little bit, just to make it exactly how you'd like it to look, to make it look perfect. And then we're going to take our wafer sticks. I normally get about 4 out of one of these, but I'm just going to snap it off and slide it into the side of the frosting there. Now don't slide it all the way into the cupcake, you just want to slide it into the frosting. If you do slide it into the cupcake, what it does is it actually feeds air down this tube into your moist cupcake base and dries it out. So there we have our lovely little plate of strawberry swirl sundae cupcakes. I think you'll agree they look absolutely beautiful.